I found a mini pack of playing cards, so of course I had to do a makeup look with them. The makeup looks I've seen with cards have been some sort of take on the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love, and those looks are incredible. But I wanted to do something slightly different. Although my application of the scar wax is pretty decent, I must admit. It's better than the first time I tried it. It was an absolutely useless first step because I end up not using scar wax and reverting back to using the old latex and tissue paper method, which I much prefer, I must admit. Anyway, we'll get back to that later. I'm actually starting with the eyes, and I'm just going for a simple but dramatic matte eye look. No shimmers in sight here. I've laid down my eye base and then swept a white pigment all over the top of that. I really love this smoky palette because the white powder is just, it's so bright, it's so good. And now I'm building up the outer corner. With that slightly lighter colour, I used a large fluffy brush so the pigment wasn't too harsh straight away, just so that I could start building up that depth on top of the white without it being too harsh too quickly. Then I took the actual black pigment on a very flat brush so that I had ultimate control. I used that to stamp the black pigment on before changing over to a detail liner brush so that I could add a black wing and then these little swoops on my inner corner on the lid. Using my brand new gem picker, I then added red Diamante gems to that little swoop because I'm trying to go for the glitz and glam of like Casino Royale. You know, I'm a blackjack girl or something, stood behind the table and a gambler has just lost his hand, got a little bit frustrated and launched them at me. So that's the story behind why I've got cards stuck into my face. I like to make my looks make sense, you know? Anyway, you saw me struggle a little bit with the scar wax. For some reason, my brain completely forgot that you have to chop the card a little bit so that it actually sticks to your face quite nicely. So I've done that, stuck it on using latex and tissue paper. Then I coloured it in using face paint and some of the coagulated blood so it didn't drip quite yet. And then because it is so easy to add Diamante accents using a gem picker, oh my goodness, it was a dream. So I added more gems than I anticipated, but I think it looks quite nice. It looks almost like one of those netted masks. Lips I wanted to be slightly messy, and then I added some gems onto that as well. And that's the casino girl look. I added some dripping blood, which I added a little too much of and forgot to film an outro because of. Whoop.